Yours, damn right, it's better than yours. I can teach you.
The thing that makes me put the guys go crazy. They lose their minds.
What it is, ho? Oh, what's up? The OG's getting told the fuck up. Anyways, y'all. Okay, so the episode starts off exactly where we left off last episode with Chinks and Lexi getting down again. Okay, so they're getting into it because Joseline is like, girl, okay, if any of y'all hoes got any issues, you know what I'm saying, that y'all have to get off y'all chest before the pool party, do it now because ain't nobody finna be fighting at my party. I said what I said, okay? So get y'all issue before my party, and I completely understand what she was saying, okay? No shade. It was messy. It was messy because they really could have did it any other time, but I get it. Get y'all aggressions out before my party. Anyways, so that's exactly what they did. In my opinion, I honestly was not impressed. I feel like they're both way too damn big to squabble the way that they do. I'm talking about a whole bunch of windmilling, not the good kind either. Like, a whole bunch of windmilling, half of the hits is missing. They're not really even connecting like that. I mean, they're connecting, but not really like that. They're turning their heads. They can't keep their head up. Girl, it's a bunch of hair pulling too. Girl, it's just a mess, okay? It's a mess, girl. Y'all ever seen two giraffes in the wild fighting? That's really what it gave to me. Then, in her confessionals, Lexi calls Chinks a gigantic ass bitch, but it's like, girl, girl, you're just as big as she is. Both of y'all girls are big, okay? So after that round, Joseline is like, girl, okay, that's enough. That's enough. Okay, so she sends the girls to their rooms to get dressed for the pool party. Everybody looked cute except for Danny, no shade. The girls are on the Sprinter on the way to the pool party. They warned the girls to act right, you know, the new girls. Oceans was clocking Wetwet's tea, no shade. I love me some Wetwet, but, you know, girl, I feel like Oceans in this moment was clocking Wetwet, you know? I think they were talking about something about, like, how do you feel about Wetwet? And I think Oceans was like, she said something, but she was clocking her. I forgot what she said specifically. I think she said something about, like, Wetwet not being able to dance and, like, what's the point of her even being something. But what she said was true, though. You know what I'm saying? And then they were talking about how thankful they are. It was a great uplifting and positive moment on the way to the party. Joseline makes it to the pool party first, and not gonna lie, girl, that party looked lit. Okay, that party looked lit, and y'all know how a cabaret party go, okay? They were lit, litter than any baddie booking I've ever seen, but, you know, because, girl, them baddie club bookings be looking real dried out, real stale, you know what I'm saying? It just be looking boring, girl. This party was lit, though. I'm not trying to be messy. The ladies pull up and the OGs get off the Sprinter first. They get up on stage, turn up. Danny and Andraya are starting to do cha-cha dance. Why? I don't know. Girl, nobody wants to see that last season ass dance. Girl, I really wish they would just hang this up. Like, I like the song, but that dance is, girl, I don't know. But, yeah, girl, Andraya is still offbeat. She's still offbeat. She's still not doing it like, she's doing it, but she's really not doing it. Like I said, she's offbeat. She's not, like, in sync with Danny. It is like, girl, like, ain't no way. You were there for the entire season 4. Rehearse, practice about 50-11 times, went on tour, and you still can't do the dance. Go home, ho. Okay? And for you to still be as cocky as you are, you still can't do the dance. It's crazy. Girl, please. That's why the new girls are eating y'all up. Okay? The new girls get off the bus, and this is the moment I realize, looks-wise, because, you know, we ain't really seen them dance yet, but looks-wise, the OGs are not fucking with the new girls at all. Like, the new girls are eating the OGs up. Baby, them new girls got off the Sprinter, and I was like, girl, all of them look so good. Okay, so of course, okay, the new girls got the Sprinter and, you know, ate the OGs up. Everyone starts to turn up and they all look so good except for Danny. Danny looked a mess. All right, and then Joseline announces that 1 to 2 girls at the party will be chosen to join the cast. No one got picked in this moment, like, on screen, but, you know, girl, we all know what happened later, okay? But soon after the announcement, they made it back to the house for eliminations. Raven starts to talk about the party On her way to the house. So on her way to the house, Raven starts to talk about the party and stands her little ass up and asks the girls, do any of you have an issue to address before we get into the house? Girl, Raven. The OGs are so messy this season, but I love it though. I'm not mad. So the girl Kay, the one that looks like Jigsaw, the one that me personally, I feel like Isis was clocking her the whole episode. Okay, so Kay stands up. Jigsaw. We're going to call her Jigsaw because I feel like that's how everybody's going to remember her, because she literally looks like the Jigsaw doll. Like, there's no way. Girl, anyways. So, the girl Jigsaw, the one that looks like she just had way too much work done on her face, no shade. Like, she looked like doctors play with her face all day. Sit up in her face and play with it all day. She addresses something as soon as Raven said what she said. So, she turns over to Isis and she's like, you know, I guess Isis was being feisty. I'm not gonna lie, Isis girl. Isis be snapping on everybody. Like, Isis is one feisty girl. So I guess Isis was being feisty again. Okay. And, you know, when Kay taps her to let her know that Jocelyn said it's time to go, Isis snapped back and was basically like, she told her, like, she told handsome Squidward's twin, like, silly strong face hoe, don't push me. No shade. Like, and you know, she didn't say it like that, but like, that's what she meant. Like, I just know that's what she meant. So I got to add a little stank on it. Anyways, apparently they already hashed it out and deaded it. And Isis clocked her for bringing it up again, which is understandable because either way, I still would have understood why she addressed it later on the Sprinter, because, you know, they're at Jocelyn's party and Jocelyn made it clear that she didn't want no fights, no drama at the party. So, you know, I'm gonna address you when I can. But if y'all already talked about it, fuck is you bringing it up for what are you bringing it up for now? Girl, the way Isis was calling her Jigsaw left and right all through the episode had me so weak. Okay, so now Kay is standing over Isis. Girl, get in the field. No shade. Like, she was like, it got to a point where she was on the bus, like Isis just sitting cute, and Kay is like literally standing over her like she's gonna do something, but she's not doing anything. Which again, like I said, I try to understand everybody. Like, I try to understand everybody's point of view. I try to put myself in everybody's shoes, right? I understand if she would have came on the bus and confronted Isis, because again, Jocelyn didn't want no drama. So I'm going to address you when I'm address you. You know what I'm saying? We couldn't do it at the pool party. I'm going to do it now. But again, if y'all hashed it out and talked about it at the pool party, why is this a thing right now? Like, well, I don't get it. Like, you clearly did that for camera time. You're lame as fuck. No shade. You're lame. You're lame. Girl, Raven being messy again. Talking about some, who y'all think going home? Girl, didn't you go home? Anyways, okay, like I said, so Raven's being messy again. She's talking about something, who finna go home? Who y'all think gonna go home? Being messy. Girl, and my thing is, girl, didn't you go home the second episode of last season after tongue kissing the concrete? Messy and right message coming from the wrong hoe, okay? They basically point out the big girl and they trying to tell her, like, you know what I'm saying, like, she don't do enough and they feel like she gonna go home. Okay, she basically told them to shut up and mind their business, okay? They keep calling her BBW, and I don't think they know what a BBW is. Do y'all know what a BBW is? Baby, I don't think y'all know what a BBW is, because she's not a BBW. She's a BLW. Okay, she's a BLW, not a BBW though. All right, so Raven tries to clock her. Like I said, right message coming from the wrong girl. They make it to eliminations. Oh, and I feel like the big girl also clocked Raven's tea, and Raven switched up that energy. I don't know, in my opinion. Like, she's like, oh, I'm just trying to help you, babe. But Raven did clock her, though, because she ended up going home anyway, so. But I feel like she kind of switched the energy once the girl was clapping back at her. Okay, so they make it to eliminations. Jocelyn walks up, and she looks so good. The two girls from the pool party did end up joining, and it was Hennessy and Rose. Rose seems like she's on that, okay, just based off of her confessionals alone. Jocelyn is being messy, and she ends up asking Isis what's the problem with her and Andraya. While she's mid-sentence explaining, Andraya clocks her for lying, and I think that Andraya clocked her in this moment, I fear. And I only say this because And like I said, I love me some Isis, and I don't care too much for Andraya, but I'm not biased. Isis was lying in this moment, okay? She was, okay? She was definitely lying and trying to make it seem like she simply asked Andraya if she had an issue. No, girl, you pressed her. You pressed her real bad, okay? Even after she kind of was trying to tell you, like, girl, I don't know you. I don't have an issue with you. You the one that started with me last night by calling my wig stink. But there's no real issue. Isis was still, like, pressing her to stand up and fight her. Like, so Isis, I like you, girl, but don't be trying to cap for Joseline, child, girl. We all seen it, girl. You definitely pressed her. No shade. You pressed her. Danny jumps in yet another confrontation, basically and tries to justify why she inserted herself in the first place. Which is like, girl, like, just stay on the sidelines. Like, and she looked a mess at like, if I was Joseline, I would have been mad at her too, because why do you even look like that right now, girl? You look a mess, okay? Again, like, I feel like they're too cocky to be looking, for them to look the way they do, they just be too cocky for me, especially Danny. Isis clocked Danny, and she said, if my sister was here, I'd do the same. That's why, you know, we got our ones in, and that's why you got beat up. She said, and that's why you got beat up. Okay. Andraya and Danny trying to be cute, biting off Tessiki, quoting her, doing her movement, slapping their arms. I'm like, y'all are weird. And Joseline should have clocked them for doing that, because you would have this vendetta against Wetwet for doing the baddies auditions and being herself. Yet you got two of your minions that went on tour with you and just supposed to, you know, basically be ride or die for Joseline. You got two of your minions on your show quoting something from a baddie star. Girl, that should have offended you too. Because why are you... And then... talk about some, let me teach you something. Girl, bye. Teach you what? Like, both of y'all got beat up. Every single time y'all got in the paint with Isis, y'all got beat up to the point where y'all literally had to jump her. Please. Andraya then tells Isis that she's jealous. I don't know about that. Me personally, I think that Isis is just very feisty. I think she got a mouth. I think she don't got no filter. And I'm not going to lie, it does come across as very rude sometimes, but jealous, I don't really think so. Danny's elimination look again was a mess. Isis did start with Andraya though. And that was just that. So Joseline confronts Jayla. Jayla is the one that jumped in for Isis when Isis was being jumped. So Jayla clocks T real bad and says that she don't play that jumping ish. So they move on. Joseline is very into astrology. So we find out that her and Isis share birthdays. And Andraya calls Isis fake. And Joseline, dead serious, it's like, oh, you think she fake? You think I'm fake too? Okay. And I'm like, I mean, well, girl, Joseline, if the shoe fits, girl, if the shoe fits. Anyways, Andraya and Danny looked a mess. They looked so stupid. They looked a mess. So, girl, Isis and Andraya argue so much. It's like, get down. Okay, get in the field. Okay. So they were arguing so much to the point where it turns physical. Isis was tearing through Andraya the first couple seconds, to the point where Andraya had to pull her locks again. Can y'all please stop pulling this girl's hair? It looked like it hurt. Okay. And they're attached to her head. It's not like a wig where they're attached to the cornrows. No, it's attached to her scalp. Stop pulling her hair. Child. So Isis walked her down, split that lip. Whole mouth bleeding now. Andraya spits, Joseline face. Joseline looks so mad. Andraya says she bit herself. Girl, Delulu is on clearance. And like I said, girl, free 99% off. Delulu is on sale. Okay. Girl, you did not bite your lip. You just got walked down and she split it. That's what happened. Girl, please. Child. Why Joseline said she could see her throat through her lip. So Isis ends up cracking her hand on, you know what I'm saying, on Andraya, okay? And she's getting her hands iced. And Jigsaw goes up to her, and I don't know why she would do that. No, I don't know why. Again, you're trying to provoke her. Like, in this moment, I completely understand why Isis did what she did, because you know we have an issue with each other. Well, first of all, you're wishy-washy, okay? You're wishy-washy. You had an issue with her at the party. Y'all solved it at the party. Y'all talked about it at the party. When the cameras cut back on the Sprinter, you confronted her again about something that y'all already did it. You stood up like you wanted to get down. Then you sat down, twerked on her like y'all was cool. Then you got back in the house and threw her under the bus the first chance you could. Now you're in her face for what? Leave her alone. I understand why she cracked you, as she should. Isis starts chewing her, telling her to not insert herself and to mind her business. Then she gets slapped down as you should. You're being wishy-washy. You're being messy. You're trying to throw me under the bus. Girl. Like, Andraya already called her out for lying about the situation. Like, nobody needed you to jump into the conversation. It had absolutely nothing to do with you, you strong-faced hoe. Okay? Stop being wishy-washy and trying to start with her while she's getting medical attention. Like, I understand why Isis did what she did, because leave that girl alone. Girl, I don't understand why Jigsaw just didn't stay on the steps. Like, why did you even go over there where she was? Right after I feel like she wants an issue so bad, like, but she don't want to be the first one to bust a move. You know what I'm saying? But like, I don't like people like that. Like, people who not gonna bust a move first, they not real enough or bold enough to bust a move first. So like, they'll keep low key antagonizing you. Like, that's the energy that Jigsaw gives me. Like, because girl, why didn't you just stay on the steps? Everybody else was on the steps except for Isis, who was getting her hand iced, and Andraya, who also needed medical attention. So again, you had no reason to be off the steps and in front of Isis while she was, doing what she was doing. Okay, so soon after that, Joseline basically, asked the girls, like, why should you stay? Why shouldn't you go, why shouldn't you get stay home? Then she gets to Danny and starts snapping on Danny before Danny could really even say anything. Apparently, Danny got slick with her earlier and she was feeling a type of way about it. I'm just not, again, like, the jokes write themselves. Like, I really don't even have to say nothing about this. Again, like, you're so ride or die for Joseline. Look how she's talking to you, though. Like, grown, keep in mind, these are grown women. No, ma'am. I couldn't do it. All right. Calling her all out her name, talking to her like she a kid, doing the most. Then she turns her energy to the rest of the OGs and starts to call them out too. See, no ma'am, no ham, no turkey. I would not, me personally, I wouldn't be able to do it. I couldn't do it. Okay. And it's like, this who y'all be doing the most for? The way she degrades them and they just let it happen will never, it just will never not surprise me. And I know it happens season after season, but it just, girl, it would never not surprise me. Grown ass women, by the way. Okay. Joseline tells them to look her in the eyes when she's talking to them. Girl, who? See, because no. Okay. She continues to snap on them and then begins to send girls home. So at this point, Joseline is clearly already irritated. She's riled up, irritated at this point. So by the time she starts to eliminate, she's not sugarcoating anything. She's literally telling them like, yeah, you gotta go. Okay. You gotta go. So first she sends home the big girl, and in the confessional, she's like, oh my God, I feel bad because I still don't know her name. In the confessional, she's like, it's like that. I wasn't showing no ass. I wasn't showing no titties. I wasn't fighting. Girl, do you know what you signed up for? That's all they do on Joseline's Cabaret. But child, next. Okay. The girl with the blue wig got sent home. I don't even know her name. She faded into the background real quick. Fetish. Okay, her name was Fetish. Wetwet comes back into the house. She apologizes to Joseline. She opens up about her son and how she's going through personal issues. She honestly just looks so drained, so tired and sad. I don't know. Honestly, I feel bad for her. I do. I feel bad for her. Like, I don't think that she should have came back. And that's what I say. Like, when I say like, we feel bad for them, but it's like, should we? And I love me some Wetwet, but it's like, you see, like, girl, like, she's been talking to you crazy since you came on the show. Why are you back? Like, have some dignity. Like, it literally took for her to put her hands on you, scratch you up, and just do you foul the next episode. Well, I mean, girl, you did dust her off first, but it don't matter. It took for her to put her hands on you for you to finally leave the show. So it's like, again, we feel bad, but should we? All right. So again, I feel like, she just looks so drained, tired, and sad. I don't know. It's just sad. Okay. She lets the rest of the girls stay. Joseline lets the rest of the girls stay. Wetwet falls out on the floor when Joseline tells her that she's not competing for 50K. This had me weak. I'm not gonna lie. Wetwet is a character. Like, I don't know. I just wish her the best. Like, I hope she finds another lane. Like, I hope she finds another show. But it's just sad. Okay. Okay, so the next morning, some of the girls meet up, Oceans, Envy, and Raven. Ocean speak on the new girls again. Okay, so this is how I feel about Oceans. Oceans rides for Joseline, and she made the tour. But I feel like their relationship is not going to last very long. Well, Joseline's relationships with anybody doesn't last very long, but I feel like her and Ocean's relationship is not going to last because she questions Joseline's authority too much. And I low-key like that about her. Like, she's outspoken and she doesn't bite her tongue, but I don't think Joseline is going to like that, okay? Lexi Gold, Nyx, and Andraya come in. The girls are jealous, okay? Like, of the new girls, okay? So this is how I feel about that. Like, I feel two ways. Like, a part of me understand their frustration. I understand because it's like, hey, you know what I'm saying? Like, we obviously followed Joseline up until this point. We seen the auditions. We auditioned. We went through the whole process the right way. And just because you guys was basically popping cat at a party, y'all got picked just like that. Like, I understand where they're coming from. I feel like they're making a valid point. But the way they went about it was so weird to me. And it brought me back to Bad Girls Club days. Bad Girls Club season 8, to be exact. The Las Vegas season with the twins, with Danny and Gabby. Oh, baby. Yeah, it brought me back to that because it's like, y'all really sat there and attacked them because Joseline, like, I don't get. It's like, again, I understand their frustration. But the way they went about it was just, I don't know, it was just gross to me. Like, And like I said, it gave me Bad Girls Club. Like, I don't know, but it's entertaining though. I feel like they're definitely jealous. I feel bad for the new girls. They seem cool so far. I feel bad for them. Nick and Ocean start jumping one of the girls. I forgot which one it was. And then Nick kind of backed off once she realized that, girl, you shouldn't be jumping. But I don't know. I feel like they're weird. Like, I don't know. I feel like it's weird. I feel like they're jealous. Again, okay, it's like I'm kind of at like a middle. Like, I get why they're mad, but the way that they reacted was crazy. Like, y'all had to jump them. Y'all had to attack them because Joseline wanted to choose two people from the pool party. Like, it could have been anybody. Joseline wanted to do that. So it's like, take it up with her. Like, you're mad at me because Joseline chose me to come. That's not my fault. Like, no shade. And I understand because it's like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we had to really, I understand. I get it. Completely. I understand why they were mad, but it's like, girl, I don't know. The way that they went about it was just kind of weird to me. Like, and I feel like nobody is really talking about it enough. Like, that's how I know Joseline's show is just so underrated, because I'm telling you, if something like this on Baddies would have happened, this would have blew the internet up. Like, if something like this happened on Baddies, the internet would have been in a frenzy, but because it's Joseline's Cabaret, nobody's really talking about it. But nobody's clocking. I mean, no, I lied. A lot of people actually are clocking that Joseline's Cabaret is so much better than Baddies. And I've been trying to tell y'all this. I've been trying to tell y'all this for the past few seasons. Baby. And this season is giving it up. Okay? This season is taking it. Like, this season is reminding me of season 2, girls. Season 2, ATL, with Bitlex and Blueface Barbie and Lucky and Sapphire. Like, this this group of girls this season is taking it. Like, this is a really good season. I love it. But yeah, the end of the episode was so sudden. It was so crazy. I was not expecting that. Like, I don't know. These girls are hungry though. Like, they're hungry. Like, I don't know. I like this season. I like this season. I do. All right, but I love y'all so much. Bye, y'all.
Yours, damn right, it's better than yours. Let me teach you.
I'm